Hello, my little unicorns. No, this is not the look we're doing today. This is what I wore to work today. But what we are going to be doing is this look from Kristen Stewart. If you want to see if I can not only recreate this look, but do it better and keep it on a relatively affordable budget, keep watching. Okay, so off camera, what have I done? I have done my full face, my eyebrows, my contour, my blush, my highlighter, and one eye. And I'm going to do the other eye on camera, and we'll compare it to the image of Kristen Stewart, and we'll see who did it better. So let's go ahead and get started. I will list the products that I used in the description box below, but for the eyeshadow, I am using my Color Code Cherry Bomb palette, which is a burgundy palette. It's a really nice palette. I like it. It has just a burgundy color story, but I'm using that. And then the only other color that I'm using is my ColourPop Super Shock in the color Set the Stun, which is a really nice reflective color. And it's about, I can't remember, I think they're $7 or $9. But again, I'll link it in the description box below. But this is what it looks like in the pan. Alright, so let's get started. So one of the things that Kristen Stewart did in the picture was she pulled it out more. Now, I tend to pull out a little bit more anyway because I have a slightly hooded eye on this side, the right side, which is why I did it first. But I want to bring it up just a little bit. So I angled up just slightly towards the tail of my brow. Not a lot. If you angle up too much, it cuts the amount of space you have, especially if you have hooded eyes like Kristen Stewart does. But if you have hooded eyes, you limit your space. So you don't want to go up too much towards your brow line. You want to go out more than up. But I do want a slight upward swoop. I think that's what she might have been going for, so that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to use my handy dandy Scotch tape, and I'm using multiple shades of burgundy and pinks and mauves and burgundy, because that's what it looked like she was using. So now here's the fun part, is trying to get it even. I'm going to do the best I can. That looks pretty good to me. We're going to assume. Now the reason I want to angle up slightly when I have hooded eyes is that when you have hooded eyes, they also tend to be downturned. So a slight upward swoop is going to give you a lift. They're not going to look so sad and droopy. If you notice, this one looks really kind of sad and droopy. And this one looks lifted. And that's because I went up slightly. But again, if you cut up too much, you're limiting the amount of space you have to work with. Alright, so going into my Cherry Bomb color palette, or Cherry Bomb palette, I'm going into the color Blossom. And I'm going to use this as my transition shade. And most of this will probably get covered by the time I'm done. I'm taking it a bit higher. I'm going to tilt and back, looking where that orbital bone is, and just moving it in there. I'm taking it up to my eyebrow in the inner corner. You don't have to do this, but I like to. I'm also going to take it in the inner corner. It's a slight halo, not a full halo, but I'm doing a little halo on this. And then I'm going to remove all excess product from the brush and just blend it out. Now going into a slightly more tapered brush, I'm going into the color Mon Chéri. Actually, no, I'm going into the color Crushing It, which is this one right here. And I'm using this brush right here. And I'm just doing the exact same thing, only slightly lower. Still tilting my head back, and I'm still bringing it into that inner corner. This is not going to be a massive halo, but slight. I want some of that depth and darkness in the inner corner. And just keep blending and blending and blending. I'm going to actually play this in real time. I cut out a lot of the blending, and I think that maybe some of you don't know how much blending actually goes into one of these looks. So I'm going to leave this real time. So I'm going back to the first brush. Oops, back to, the first brush that I applied Blossom with. And no extra product, but I'm just going to go over that and blend that end out. Blend those edges out on the top there. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with a pencil brush, a little tiny pencil brush, and I'm going into the dark cherry color called Black Cherry. It's a burgundy color, but it's mostly black, blackish burgundy. It's like a black cherry. And I'm going to take that in my outer V. Again, tilting my head back to get that orbital bone. I'm not worried how precise this is because I'm going to go back in and blend over it with crushing it. I forgot to take this all the way around. I am going to take it all the way around into my inner corner. And then I'm going to go in with crushing it and blend it out. And then for my lid, I'm going into my ColourPop Super Shock shadow in the color Set to Stun. I showed you this earlier. With my finger. It's a very creamy formula, so I'm going to use my finger and just tap it on. Just kind of swipe it. And I want this to be kind of smoky and messy. Hers is not too neat. It's not too perfect. Okay. And then just a little blending here. Just so they kind of go seamlessly together. Alright, so for my brow bone, I'm going into my e.l.f. contour palette, and I'm going to use the highlighter shade right here on my brow bone. And then I'm going to take a little bit of the gold highlight that I use in my face, which is a Wet n Wild highlighter, and I'm So Lit. And I'm just going to hit that there, and a little tiny bit in my inner corner. Oh, I went too much. So I'm going to take this brush. Woo! Way too much. I'm not hating it, though. I'll fix it. Right, yeah, it's too much. There, not too bad. Alright, so now I'm going to do my under eye. So I'm going in with that pencil brush again, as soon as I can find it. And I'm going into the color Black Cherry, which is that dark shade that I use in the outer V. I'm just going to line it under here. Kind of midway. Then I'm going in with the brush that I applied crushing it with. Just a little bit more of that, and I'm going to smudge it out. And then again, I'm just going to go a little bit underneath that with the color Blossom and further sponge it out and blend it out, soften it up. Alright. Next, I'm going to go in with mascara. Now, I'm using my Cara Beauty Lashes Mascara. I got this mascara from one of the pop-up beauty sales, so it's Korean. It's not as volumizing as I had hoped it would be. So, while not the most affordable product, it is a great product. I'm going to go in with my unique Moodstruck Epic Lash Primer before I put on my mascara, and that really makes the Cara Beauty work. So. And then let's get the upper lashes. I'm going to give that a second to dry. Lower lashes should be good, actually. So I'm going in with my Cara Beauty Lashes Waterproof Mascara. This is supposed to be volumizing, and I find it's much better with the primer. I wouldn't call it great, but the primer really makes it work. Which is good, because I hate throwing things away. I hate getting products I can't use. So if I can find a way to make it work, I will. Okay, not perfect, but it'll work. Let's do the upper lashes real quick, and then I'm going to put on my false lashes. Now for this look, I don't particularly want a heavy liner. You could do a winged liner with this. I chose not to. Instead, I just did the lash. But for my glue, I'm using my Kiss Lash Glue Liner in the clear instead of in the black, because I don't want an upper line on my lash line. The lashes that I'm using today are my Kiss Looks So Natural Natural Effect lashes. It is, I don't know what style it is. Give me a second and I will tell you. It is Sultry _A. Sultry little a. Alright, so we're just going to take this as close to my lash line as I can get it, without gooping my lashes together too much. It's going to goop a little bit because I'm always in a hurry and I'm sloppy. I'm trying not to glue my real lashes together. Alright. Let's see if I can get them even. Okay, I'm just going to secure this by squeezing them together and pushing them against my skin. Voila. So for lip color, I'm going to also use one of the things I got from the Korean beauty sale. This is called Clean Color, K-L-E-A-N, Clean Color Madly Matte Lip Gloss. And it's in the color 1601. It's kind of a pinky color, and it's really an awkward color. And it does go on pretty sheer, which I like, but you can make it more opaque by putting on more layers. You want to work quickly though, because it dries fast, and it does stay pretty well. Okay, I know, looking weird, but we're not done yet. Now normally I would let this dry about 20 minutes before I put any gloss over it. So I'm not going to keep this color long because I don't want to make you wait that long. But yeah. So I'm now going to go over it with my Morphe Icy Lips in the color Boss Tycoon, which is a gold shade. And it's going to make it a nice shimmering kind of pinkish nude. Alright, and here you go. This is the final look. I'll come back with my hair all done, do a quick final shot, but just to recap, $12 for this cherry bomb. If you love the burgundy colors, great palette, very blendable, very pigmented, very buildable, really great. And the other thing is the Super Shock. You cannot go wrong with any shade of ColourPop's Super Shock shadows. They're just amazing. So again, I'll do my hair. We'll wrap it up. Please join me next time. In the meantime, do you think I did it better? Let's do a side-by-side comparison. So what do you think? How'd I do? Anyway, we'll wrap it up. Stay magical, my little unicorns. Bye.